behalf of the American Legion and the Sons of the American Legion of Burton Buyer Post 120 in Palmer, we wish to extend our warm welcome to all the ball players, coaches, and baseball fans attending this American Legion Class C State Senior Baseball Championship game. We are proud of our Legion baseball program and our fine ballpark, and it is indeed an honor to host such an event. While you're in Palmer, we hope that you will visit some of the fine merchants that sponsored us throughout the season. Good luck to both teams, and let's play ball.
Yes, just about. Hi, Boston. You might want to take him low, Connor. Don't go high on him. Don't go high on him.
Now batting the third baseman, number 5, Boston Pasterson. Now batting number 22, Eli Wooten. Bring those foul balls in for 50 cents. This foul ball is sponsored by Pinnacle Bank. All foul balls to be brought to the blue awning below the announcer's booth.
Come on, stay high, Elisha.
Now batting number 23, shortstop, Elijah Borson. 2 outs.
Let go! There he is. Get the ball. It's early in the day. We might have 2 games. I didn't get dirty.
Throw down was not in time.
A 1 count here, 2 outs, bottom of the first.
That one gets away from the catcher. Advances a runner to third.
So 1-1 count. Runner at third base, 2 outs. Again, Ty Nikolajczyk on the mound for PWG. Here's a ground ball to short. Picked up by the shortstop. Cade Casperson fires over to Cargill at first for out number 3. So DCB does get 1 runner on base on the walk to Eli Wooden.
DCB come up with no runs. No hits.
And Elijah Borson grounds out, 6-3 on the putout.
Scoreless after 1.
After 1 complete inning of play, still no score. We'll take a quick look at the first 5 games here. DCB played PWG on May 27th, a 1-0 victory for DCB in that contest. Elijah Borson pitched 8 innings. Carson Reimer pitched 5 2/3, and Morgan Bank pitched 2 innings for PWG. On June 26th at Silver Creek, it was DCB with a 1-0 victory. Carter Noakes with 7 innings pitched. Carson Reimers with 6 innings pitched, and that was at the Silver Creek tournament. July 25th, DCB played PWG. Elijah Borson with 5 innings pitched. Carson Reimers pitched once again, but it was a 12-4 victory for DCB at Districts in Ravenna. July 27th, in the second game in the Districts with Ravenna, DCB 18-6 victory. And then on Sunday, second matchup here at state tournament, DCB with a 9-4 victory over Palmer Walbach Greeley. As we get set for inning number 2 on the throwdown. Throwdown from Bryce Goretzky. And it'll bring up Cade Casperson. It'll be Cade Casperson, Ruger Reimers, and Gunnar Reimers. First 3 batters for Palmer Walbach Greeley. Here in the top of the second.
We got Caspersons and Reimers all over the field down here. Noak starts him off with a strike.
High and away, taken for ball 1. Lefty's not very good for the low camera, as you can see on the screen here. So we'll keep it on the high view for this batter. Foul ball down the first baseline by Cade Casperson. Cade, the shortstop tonight. Top of the second, no score. Casperson steps in as he faces Carter Noakes. Curveball down and away. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a ground ball to first, taken by Tanner Simdorn, the first baseman. Steps on the base for out number 1. Another lefty coming up. The left fielder, number 3, Ruger Reimers. If you know the history between DCB and Palmer Wallback Greeley, usually in the same district, usually the winner usually advances to the state tournament. Just so happened this year that DCB, Palmer Wallback Greeley were in the same district, but Palmer Wallback Greeley the host. Strike taken by Ruger Reimers. Gary, back in the day, DCB and Palmer Wallback Greeley, was that a rivalry as well?
Oh, kind of, yeah. That we played Palmer back then. They weren't consolidated, but DCB's been together for quite a while. But yeah, we had a lot of history with those guys. The Reimers boys actually played for St. Paul back then, and we used to play those guys quite often. The coaches, that is.
Ruger Reimers, the batter, the left fielder tonight.
Yeah, we used to have a lot of fun playing those guys back in the day. Everybody got along well and got pretty competitive on the field, but we were friends off the field, so that was always good.
Strike taken for strike 3 on the outside corner.
Goes down looking. That was a nice pitch.
I coached at DCB for a few years in the early 2000s, and always a heated rivalry between Palmer Wallback Greeley and DCB. That'll bring up
Gunnar Reimers,
the catcher. Pitch fouled back to the screen.
Good pitch. Right
Pitch
down the
taken.
middle. Fouls it back.
No balls, 2 strikes to the catcher
Gunnar Reimers,
as he bats here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second, or the top of the second. Curveball fouled back to the screen.
Lucky to get a piece of that one. That was just barely off the tip of the bat there.
Carson Mings on deck. Carson Reimer is in the hole for PWG here in the top of the second. Ball just outside. Carter Noakes so far in the season, 21 1/3 innings pitched. He's got a 3-0 record, 24 strikeouts, 10 walks. Swing and a miss. Elijah Borson's going to throw it down to first, and caught by Tanner Simdorn. And it is a 1-2-3 inning for Palmer Wallback Greeley here in the top of the second, as Noakes able to strike out 2. He's got 3 so far. Take a quick timeout and come back here in the bottom of the second. Back here on the Strive Sports channel as we get ready for bottom of the second. It'll be Bryce Goretzky, the catcher, Colby Goretzky, the left fielder, and Justice Peterson, the right fielder. First 3 batters for DCB here in the bottom of the second.
Catcher number 11, Bryce Goretzky.
Hot shot to the shortstop, Casperson. He throws over to first to make the first out of the inning.
Bryce Goretzky was hitting .349 coming into tonight's game. That'll bring up Colby Goretzky.
Now batting the left fielder, Number 8,
Colby Gretzky comes in at 308. 5 doubles, no home runs. First pitch taken for a strike. Curveball high and in. Evens count ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Justice Peterson on deck. Another curveball high and in. Count goes to 2-1. You saw the graphic between innings. DCB has played Palmer Wallback Greeley 5 times. This is meeting number 6. Swing and a miss by Colby Gretzky that time. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a ground ball to third, picked up by the third baseman. Morgan Bank fires over to Cargill at first base to record out number 2. That'll bring up Justice Peterson, the right fielder. He's batting .279 on the season.
Number 3, Justice Peterson.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Hot shot back up the middle for a base hit. Peterson with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up the 8-hole hitter, the first baseman, number 9, Tanner Simdorn. Simdorn batting .316 on the season.
Yeah, Peterson took that one right back up the box. Good hit up the middle.
Second base runner for DCB tonight. Eli Wooden had a walk in the first. So Justice Peterson, the first guy on. Here in the bottom of the second. The left-handed hitting Simdorn playing first base tonight.
These teams know each other well. They know some speed on the bases, a couple throws over to first just to keep him honest there. Another throw down to first, back in time.
Foul ball down the first baseline.
Simdorn got a hold of that one, but it's just foul. Another throw over to first.
High and away, count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Justice Peterson, the runner at first base. Kellen Freese, the center fielder, on deck for DCB. Another foul ball down the first base line. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I think he threw him a change up there and he got ahead of it a little bit, pulled it foul.
So nice crowd on hand once again. Outfield fences are stacked with pickups and people. Pop fly on the infield. Third baseman takes charge. Morgan Bank makes the catch. And DCB leaves one more stranded here in the bottom of the second. We'll take a quick timeout and be back for inning number 3 right after this. Getting ready for the top of the 3rd inning. Again, there's the look at DCB and Palmer Woolite Greeley for the year. DCB with a 5-0 advantage as we play matchup number 6. Throw down to second for DCB. It'll be the 9-1-2, Kellen Freese, Carter Noakes, and Boston Caspers. Or excuse me, for Palmer Woolite Greeley, it'll be Carson Mings, the 8-hole hitter, then Carson Reimers, and then Ty Nikolajczyk back to the top. Pitch taken for a called strike. Ball. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike.
My friend just said I just quit. We don't have to think so they're recording it.
It might work once in a while. The signal's not very strong.
Okay. Thank you. But they're recording it. And also it's on 103.9. Oh, okay, thanks.
Two balls and 2 strikes to the 8-hole hitter Carson Mings. Popped up in the air to first base. Tanner Simdorn over to the fence. And it's just over the fence, out of the camera view there.
Foul balls in, get 50 cents.
I think it might have got somebody in the crowd there. I hope they're okay.
Do it best.
So if you just tuned in, it's DCB with 2 runners on base so far. Palmer Woolite Greeley with 1 in the first. We'll give you a quick recap of what happened there as we play the top of the 3rd. Pitch in the dirt, taken for a ball. Palmer Woolite Greeley led off the top of the first. Ty Nikolajczyk with a walk. Jackson McIntyre grounds out to the pitcher. Trevor Cargill strikes out, and Morgan Bank grounds out 5-3. Here's a pitch down and away. Carson Mings draws the walk. In the second inning for PWG, Cade Casperson grounded out to first. Ruger Reimers struck out.
Gunnar Reimers
Also struck out to end the inning. So 1 runner so far for PWG, and Carson Mings now makes it 2.
Number 10.
And that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, the center fielder, number 10, Carson Reimers. Reimers gets down the bunt. Carter Noakes picks it up, fires over to first. And Carson Reimers retired on the play, so sack bunt. 1-3 on the putout will move Mings to second base, and that'll take us back to the top of the PWG lineup. The pitcher, number 4, Ty Nikolajczyk.
Now batting number 4, Ty Nikolajczyk.
Quick summary for DCB in the first inning. Carter Noakes grounded out to second. Boston Casperson grounded out to the pitcher. Eli Wooden walked. Elijah Borson grounded out to short. And then in the second, Bryce Goretzky grounded out to short. Colby Goretzky grounded out to third. Justice Peterson with a base hit up the middle, and Tanner Simdorn flew out to third base. So 2 runners for DCB now, 2 runners for Palmer Woolite Greeley. And it is the leadoff hitter, number 4, the pitcher, Ty Nikolajczyk. Ground ball to short. That's going to be the error on the second baseman, Eli Wooden. Eli Wooden reaches on, or Ty Nikolajczyk reaches on Eli Wooden's error. That'll put runners at first and third. And that'll bring up the second baseman, number 7, Jackson McIntyre.
That one hurt a little bit. Should get the sure out there, but just had a little trouble handling it. This is an all-grass field except for around the base pads, and I think sometimes these guys might grab a little bit of grass when they go to pick up the ball, so something maybe they're not used to, but I think after a few games they'll get her figured out, huh?
So both teams, this is the last day. Started on Saturday. We're on Wednesday. They played every day. Here's a safety squeeze. And the runner's going to retreat back to third. So not a good enough bunt to score the runner from third base. DCB will take the out. Jackson McIntyre grounds out 1-3 on the put out. So good decision, but execution not quite there. And now with 2 outs, we've got runners at second and third. For the 3-hole hitter, the first baseman, number 22, Trevor Cargill. Cargill struck out in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Still no score here. We play the top of the third. Carson Mings, the runner at third base. Ty Nikolajczyk, the runner at second. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Trevor Cargill. Line drive, center field. Kellen Freese picks it up. Here comes the play at the plate. And he's thrown out at the plate. So 1 run does score on the play. So Trevor Cargill with an RBI single. Carson Mings scores, but it is Ty Nikolajczyk thrown out at the plate to end the inning. So for the inning for Palmer Wallback Greeley, 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. To the bottom of the third we go.
Bryce Gretzky still down there. Catcher, there was a little bit of a collision there. I think he might have got hit on the side of the head, it looks like.
So it is Bryce Gretzky. So Palmer Wallback Greeley takes a 1-0 lead here. And we'll go to the bottom of the third when we return here on Strive Sports. Back here as we get ready for the bottom of the third. It'll be the center fielder Kellen Freese, the 9-hole hitter, to lead it off. Then we'll go back to the top of the order, the pitcher Carter Noakes and the third baseman Boston Casperson here in the bottom of the third. PWG 1, DCB 0.
Now batting the center fielder, number 14, Kellen Freese.
And it will be the left-handed hitter, Kellen Freese, in there. So we'll go back to the top camera view. Pitch taken on the outside corner, called strike 1. Kellen Freese on the year, .222 average. 2 doubles, 17 walks. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Check swing called, strike 3. Kellen Freese down on strikes. That'll take us back to the top of the order. The pitcher, number 2, Carter Noakes. Carter 0 for 1 with a ground out. Also had a collision at first base on the running down to first. Off-speed pitch, high and away. Pitch on the outside corner taken for a called strike. Count goes to 2-1. So again, the score is between DCB and Palmer Wallback Greeley. First meeting 1-0. Second meeting 1-0. Third meeting in districts was 12-4. The other meeting at districts ended up 18-6. And then on Sunday here at the state tournament, 9-4 DCB advantage. Noakes Fouls it off down the left field line. Left fielder and third baseman running for it, and it's going to fall into foul territory. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. DCB was on the ropes last night, 2-0 going into the 6th or 7th inning, and scored 9 against Shelby Osceola Stromsburg. To take a 9-2 victory to make it here to the championship game, DCB has to get beat twice. Pitch fouled. Out away down the left field line again. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This foul ball is sponsored by Island G Band.
Another foul ball down the left field line. And Carter Noakes will retreat to the home plate. So
Well,
again,
if he'd have hit that one last night, the wind would have pushed it back into fair territory, but there's hardly any wind here tonight.
Noakes batting .422 on the season, 1 home run, 3 triples, 10 doubles, and 24 RBIs. Fly ball center field. Shortstop out. Carson Reimers, the center fielder, can't make the catch, and it'll be a single. 1 out single for Carter Noakes. So DCB has a runner at first. 1 out, and that'll bring up the third baseman, number 5, Boston Casperson. Second hit of the night for DCB. Justice Peterson had a single up the middle. So 2 hits for DCB, 1 hit for PWG, but it's PWG with a 1-0 lead here.
Now batting number 5, Boston Casperson.
And it is Boston Casperson stepping in. Here's a line drive down the right field line, out of play. So again, Carter Noakes is the pitcher. DCB able to have a courtesy runner, but Carter Noakes will run for himself here. Temperature about 84 degrees here in Palmer for the Class C State Legion Championship. Ground ball, second base. Second baseman slips on the play, but his only play will be first base. So a nice recovery by the second baseman, Jackson McIntyre. Casperson is retired 4-3 for the out number 2. And that'll bring up number 22, Eli Wooden. Wooden batting .391.
2 outs.
2 home runs, 1 triple, 6 doubles, and 35 RBIs for Wooden on the year. Carter Noakes at second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Curveball high, ball 1.
Could use another addition to his RBI total here if he gets a hold of one.
Pitch up and fouled back. Pitcher Ty Nikolajczyk on the left side of your screen makes the catch. And Eli Wooden down. F1 on the play. So DCB does get one runner on base, but no runs. And after 3 complete, it's Palmer Wallback Greeley 1, DCB 0.
There's no errors and 1 left on base.
We'll take a look here at the state playoff bracket. So again, these 2 teams met on Sunday, the August 1st. DCB with a 9-4 victory over Palmer Wallback Greeley, but Palmer Wallback Greeley fights its way through the losers bracket, defeating Tecumseh 3-1. Louisville Weeping Water 3-0 to get here to the championship game. DCB with an 8-0 victory over Crofton in game number 1. 9-4 over PWG, 5-2 over Louisville Weeping Water, and then a 9-2 victory yesterday over Shelby Osceola Stromsburg. Some good baseball going on here at Palmer all week.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games. See a lot of action out here. That game last night was a little bit of a nail biter in the 6th inning, and DCB exploded for their only runs up to that point. So it's quite a little bit nerve-wracking there until the bottom of the 6th. You know, one thing about these guys, DCB's got some good hitters, and so does Palmer, Walbach, Greeley. But both of their defenses are pretty solid, and I think that's what helps them stay in games. They don't seem to get nervous. Neither one of these teams seems to get rattled. They just keep playing good fundamental baseball and keep their heads in the game and focus.
And as you look at that bracket, probably one of the best games was that first game between Palmer, Walbach, Greeley, and Pender there on the left side of your screen, 3-2. That was a pitcher's duel. Got a chance to see some of that one on Saturday. So Palmer, Walbach, Greeley pulls that one out. But here we are in the finals. Dennebrog, Carroll Bolus, Palmer, Walbach, Greeley. As we begin the top of the 4th, Morgan Bank going to be hit by the pitch. So runner at first base, nobody out here in the top of the 4th for PWG, and that'll bring up the shortstop number 5, Cade Casperson. Casperson grounded out to Simdorn at first last time up to lead off the 2nd inning. Pitch taken down and away for ball 1. So we'll see a possible bunting situation for PWG with a 1-0 lead. Got a left-handed stick up there. We'll see what PWG does here with nobody out. High and away, ball 2. Casperson at the plate. Ruger Reimer's on deck. Dirks, Nickel Isaac in the hole. Two-0 pitch on the inside corner, taken, called, strike 1. Count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. So after a strike, here is the bunt. Cade Casperson, sacrifice. 1-3 on the putout. That'll move Bank to second base. And with 1 out, runner at second, that'll bring up the left fielder, number 3, Ruger Reimers. Gary, you amazed at the number of left-handed hitters in today's ball game?
You know, there weren't that many when I was playing, that's for sure. There's a lot of lefties these days. Maybe the dads are trying to coach them up a little bit, you think?
At least 3 in the DCB lineup with Noakes, Simdorn, Kellen Furries. And at least a few here. Cade Casperson, Ruger Reimers, a couple other ones. Quite a few lefties in the lineup. Here's a square to bunt, taken for a called strike. Count goes even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Especially for some small towns, you usually don't see that many left-handers.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a difference from usual game. Nice stop back there by Goretzky. Keeps the runner at second.
So again, DCB comes in at 30 wins, no losses on the season. Palmer, Walbach, Greeley, 28 wins, 8 losses. 5 of those come into DCB. Three-one count. And Ruger Reimers draws the 1-out walk. That'll put runners at first and second. So looking at the Palmer Wahlback Greeley schedule, besides the 5 losses to DCB, they were beaten by Shelton Gibbon 8-0 on July 15th. Shelby Osceola Stromsburg 8-3, and then Central City Fullerton 5-3. So those are the other 3 losses for Palmer Wahlback Greeley. Some very good teams. Shelby Osceola Stromsburg here in the state tournament, as well as Central City was in the Class B state tournament, made it to the Final 4. And Shelton Gibbon always has a pretty good program. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Runners at first and second. Banks, the runner at second base. Ruger Reimers, the runner at first base.
1 out.
And now it's the catcher, number 17.
Gunnar Reimers.
He struck out to end the second inning. Carter Noakes, the pitcher, with 3 strikeouts so far. He's given up 1 hit, and DCB has made 1 error. So far, 2 free passes here to start the top of the 4th inning. Bank was hit by the pitch, and Ruger Reimers just walked. Sandwich between a Cade Casperson sacrifice bunt. Here's a bunt down the third baseline. Quickly, 2 strikes on
Gunnar Reimers.
Oh, 0-2 pitch taken outside. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss.
Gunnar Reimers.
Down for the second time on strikes. And now 2 outs. Runners at first and second for the right fielder, number 9, Carson Mings. Big strikeout by Carter Noakes there.
Now batting number 9, Carson Mings. 1 out. 2 down.
Fly ball right center. Center fielder Kellen Freese over. He's going to make the catch and retires Palmer Wahlback Greeley here in the top of the 4th. No runs on no hits. There was 2 men left on base and no errors. And after 3.5 complete, Palmer Wahlback Greeley 1, DCB 0.
Elijah Borson.
Back here as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Ground ball to second. Borson grounds out. 4-3 on the putout for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 11, Bryce Gureski.
Our scoreboard is froze. That's why we're having some issues here. Line drive left center. Bryce Goretzky's going to be in there with a stand-up double.
Heck of an effort there by Reimers in center field, but he just couldn't make the play.
So again, our computer's syncing across. The scoreboard is having some difficulties here, so.
Well, that was a well-hit ball. It's about 350 to all the directions here on the outfield fence. So
Number 8.
gonna have to put the charge into one to get it out of here.
1 out.
1 out here. Gretzky, the runner at second base, and that'll bring up Colby Gretzky, the left fielder. Pitch foul back to the screen. Pitch taken for a called strike. Colby Gretzky called strike 3. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. So Borson grounds out to second. Bryce Goretzky
Now
with a double.
batting,
Colby
number
Gretzky down on
3,
strikes.
Justice
That'll bring up the
Peterson.
right fielder.
2 down.
Number 3, Justice Peterson. Peterson hitting .279 on the season. Pitch on the corner, called strike.
Two on one on Peterson. Two out, so Gretzky's going to be moving at second base. Maybe base hit here scores him. That ball's
Ball
going to get
hit.
down.
Base hit center field. Carson Reimers can't come up with it in time, and Bryce Goretzky is going to score from second base. So Justice Peterson with his second single of the day. He's 2 for 2. That'll tie the score 1-1. And that'll bring up the first baseman, number 9, Tanner Simdorn.
Now batting, number 9, Tanner Simdorn. 2 outs.
So again, we got a 1-1 score. Scoreboard not working now, so. Foul ball down the right field line, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Count goes full. Quick throw to first. Foul ball out of play. Simdorn stays alive.
Return those foul balls to the blue awning in front of the announcer's booth for 50 cents. This foul ball is sponsored by Whitefoot Catering.
Simdorn rips one foul again. Count remains full.
Two down.
Simdorn down on strikes. As we try to figure out the scoreboard here, it's DCB 1, Palmer Wallback Greeley 1 after 4 complete innings of play.
DCB come up with 1 run on 2 hits. Now batting number 2, Carter Noakes.
Back here on Strive Sports, DCB 1, Palmer Wallback Greeley 1 as we play the bottom of the 5th inning. We missed the top of the 5th. It was Carson Reimer striking out, Ty Nikolajczyk grounding out to second, Jackson McIntyre also struck out to end the top of the 5th. And here in the bottom of the 5th, Kellen Freese grounds out to first. And now it is Carter Noakes. Noakes the pitcher tonight. Nice catch down the third baseline.
Reimer's covered a lot of ground to get to that one and made a nice play on it.
We froze again. The problem is that Wi-Fi always makes it like causes issues. If you're not getting good Wi-Fi, it
makes everything
makes
else
it freeze.
Yeah.
Back here on Strive Sports as we play the bottom of the 5th inning. In the top of the 5th, Carson Reimer struck out. Ty Nikolajczyk grounded out to second. Jackson McIntyre struck out to end the inning. Here in the top or the bottom of the fifth, you missed out. Kellen Freese grounds out to first. Carter Noakes flies out down the left field line and out in foul territory for out number 2. Boston Casperson with a single to third. And that'll bring up Eli Wooden. Eli Wooden, the 3-hole batter for DCB.
2-2 on Wooden. Pulls one foul on the left field
Bring those
line.
foul balls in, please, for 50 cents. This foul ball is sponsored by Pinnacle Bank.
So we are in the bottom of the fifth, as we'll get our scoreboard reset here. So again, we're having some Wi-Fi issues. And sometimes the Wi-Fi causes the computer to freeze a little bit, so we've been kind of in and out throughout this game. Swing and a miss by Eli Wooden. And that'll end the fifth inning for DCB. No runs on one hit. There were no errors, one left on base. After 5 complete innings of play, it's Palmer Wallback Greeley 1, Dennerbrook Carroll Bullis 1. We get ready for the top of the 6th inning. It'll be the first baseman Trevor Cargill, third baseman Morgan Bank, and shortstop Cade Casperson to lead it off here in the top of the 6th. 1-1 score as we play the top of the 6th. Carter Noakes, the starting pitcher, still in there. Here's a ground ball to third base. Cargill retired for the first out of the inning. So if you missed that last inning, Freeze grounded out to first. Noakes flied out to left in foul territory. Single by Boston Casperson, and then a strikeout by Eli Wooden to end the inning. So DCB with 2 hits on the night, make it 3 hits on the night. Palmer Wallback Greeley with 1 hit on the night, and we are tied 1-1. And it is the third baseman, number 6, Morgan Bank. He grounded out to third in the first and was hit by the pitch to lead off the third inning.
Two on the count.
Ground ball to short. Borson picks it up, fires over to first. Quickly, 2 outs. So 5-3 and now a 6-3. Two outs, and that'll bring up the shortstop, number 5, Cade Casperson.
Number 5, Cade Casperson.
Casperson grounded out to first to lead off the second. Had a sacrifice bunt in the third.
Strike on the inside corner.
Pitch foul back to the screen. Casperson bats here with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Noakes with the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Pitch foul back to the screen.
Noakes with a nice breaking ball there. Gasperson got a piece of it. Stay alive.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball left field. Colby Goretzky comes in and makes the catch for out number 3. Palmer Walby-Greeley goes down 1-2-3. Ground out to third, ground out to short, and a fly out to left. To end the top of the 6th, we'll go to the bottom of the 6th with DCB coming up to bat.
The clouds rolled in. I think Goretzky had a hard time finding that ball, and he backed up on it a little bit when he came in to make the grab.
No hits, there were no errors, and no one left on. Who up in the bottom of the 6th for DCB will be Borson, Goretzky, and Goretzky. Carter Noakes has thrown 79 pitches, 79 for Carter.
Elijah Borson leads it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for DCB. Borson, Bryce Goretzky, and Colby Goretzky to face the starter, Ty Nikolajczyk. Pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. So first game here of the state tournament coming down to the wire. Pitch fouled back to the screen. Again, if DCB wins it, they'll be the state champion. Palmer Walby-Greeley will be the state runner-up. Palmer Walby-Greeley wins this one. We'll play another one to decide the title. Here comes the pitch. Popped up down the first base line, and it's going to find the stands out of play.
Return all foul balls to the blue awning beneath the announcer's booth.
So again, as you look out to center field, pretty packed house. Center field all the way around the field, actually.
Do it best.
Here comes the 1-2 count. Popped up to first. Cargill's going to back up. Has room, makes the catch. Borson pops out to the first baseman for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the catcher, number 11, Bryce Goretzky. He had a double in the 4th inning.
11,
ended up scoring
Bryce
on
Goretzky.
a single by Justice Peterson. One out here. Curveball taken for a called strike. Nice pitch by Ty Nikolajczyk. Palmer Walby-Greeley in the top of the 7th will have Ruger Reimers, Dirks Nikolajczyk, and Carson Mings. Another curveball. This one just misses out. Maybe a little bit high as well, as catcher Dirks Nikolajczyk signals to the coach. Another curveball. Ground ball to short. Shortstop Cade Casperson picks it up, fires over to first. 2 down here. So Borson pops up to first. Bryce Goretzky grounds out to short. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up the left fielder, number 8, Colby Goretzky.
Now batting number 8, Colby Goretzky.
Both starting pitchers still in, so Gary, we're going to have to get a pitch count in between innings and see where we're at as we head to the 7th. Goretzky takes the pitch up. Goretzky struck out. Grounded out to short in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th as he bats here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch is low and it goes 3-0. So DCB with a chance to get a runner on base. Probably get a runner on base. He'd probably look at stealing for that clutch base hit to bring him in. Three automatics down the middle. Called strike. It's nice now that it's cooled off a little bit.
Yeah, that cloud cover rolled in and
Ball hit pretty deep to left field. But it is going to be Ruger Reimers backing up to make the catch. So it is a 1-2-3 inning for DCB here in the bottom of the 6th. As we go to the top of the 7th, Palmer Walbach Greeley won, Dennebrog Carroll Bolus won. Back here on Strive Sports as we play matchup number 6 between Dennebrog Carroll Bolus and Palmer Walbach Greeley. Carter Noakes is at 79 pitches to begin the inning. Ty Nikolajczyk 91.
Leading off the top of the 7th inning.
And we head to the top of the 7th, 1-1 score.
Ruger Reimers.
It'll be 6-7-8 for Palmer Walbach Greeley. Ruger Reimers,
Gunnar Reimers.
and Carson Mings.
first
Ruger
pitch in the
Reimers.
dirt.
Ruger Reimers with a strikeout in the 2nd and a walk in the 4th. Pitch taken for a called strike. Count goes even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch fouled back to the screen. So very big for Carter Noakes to get ahead here and keep the runners off the base as you're at the bottom of the lineup. DCB will also have the bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, 9 in the bottom of the 7th. Ball in the dirt. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss called, or swing and a miss for strike 3.
Got him with a breaking ball there, it looked like. Good pitch.
Now batting, number 17, Gunnar Reimers.
85 pitches now for Carter Noakes. Pitch popped to center field. I've got Dirks Nikolajczyk, but I heard Gunnar Reimers, so number 17, maybe Gunnar Reimers. He just pops up to second base for out number 2.
Now batting, number 9, Carson Mings.
There's 2 number 17s on the roster. So sorry to Gunnar Reimers all night. We've been calling his name wrong. It's actually Gunnar Reimers and not Dirks Nikolajczyk. 2 17s on the roster here. And now we've got Carson Mings with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, the right fielder, the 8-hole hitter. He's walked in to lead off the 3rd, flew out to center to end the 5th. Pitch fouled back to the screen. 0-2 count here. Or 1-2 count. Curveball on the inside corner called for a strike 3. Carson Mings down on strikes. So good outing for Carter Noakes so far. 7 innings pitched. He's only give up 1 hit and 1 run, and that came in on an error. DCB with that error in the 3rd inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. DCB 1, Palmer Wallback Greeley 1.
Justice Peterson.
Ready for the top of the 7th, or the bottom of the 7th. It'll be DCB, Justice Peterson, Tanner Simdorn, and Kellen Freese, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Curveball high and inside. Count goes even. 1 ball, 1 strike. So bottom of the order's got to get on here for the top. Swing and a miss. Very well pitched game on both sides. Ty Nikolajczyk comes in with 91 pitches to lead off the inning. He's now at 94. Curveball popped up. Shallow right center. And the right fielder, Carson Mings, makes the catch. Justice Peterson flies out for the first out.
Now batting number 9.
That'll bring up the first baseman, number 9, Tanner Simdorn. Count goes to 0-2.
2 quick strikes here. One and 2 count. Simdorn with a deep drive to right field. It's going to be foul.
All foul balls are worth 50 cents. Just bring them to the blue awning beneath the announcer's booth.
Bottom of the 7th, home run there would have ended the ball game.
We'll gladly hand you
1 out. Kellen Freese on deck, and then we'll go back to the top of the order with Carter Noakes. Pitch fouled back to the screen. Count stays 1-2. Tanner Simdorn base hit through the right side. Single between first and second, puts a runner at first, 1 out. We'll see what Coach Noakes wants to do here. And it looks like Nolan Hurt is going to pinch hit for Kellen Freese here. As Coach Brad Reimers heads out to the mound. And we'll see what PWG counters with here. In the bottom of the 7th.
A lot of strategy being a little chess game here in the bottom of the 7th.
So you can see Reimers was waiting to cross that line until Noakes decided what he's going to do. So
we can't say it enough. These teams know each other well. They've played each other quite a few times this season, and so it's cat and mouse for sure.
Now batting.
So Nolan Hurt officially
Number
introduced now
25,
as this
Nolan
pinch hitter.
Hurt.
Nolan Hurt pinch hits for Kellen Freese. And then we'll go back to the top of the order, Carter Noakes. So big at bat here for Nolan Hurt. Runner at first is Tanner Simdorn. Pitch taken inside for a ball. Again, DCB scores here. They'll be the state champions here in the bottom of the 7th.
Crowd's making some noise now.
Again, Nickel Isaac came in with 91 pitches to start the inning. Probably on that threshold here. This may be his last batter. Pitch taken for a called strike, 2-1. Nolan Hurt with a line drive to right center, caught by the right fielder. And Simdorn able to get back to first. So what looked like a nice hit by Nolan Hurt. Nice play by the right fielder, Carson Mings, to make the catch.
Well, Mings laid out for that one and made a great play.
And now officially Ty Nickel Isaac will have to come out as he reaches the pitch count threshold. And we'll see what Coach Brad Reimers does here. So again, runner at first is Tanner Simdorn. And it is going to be number 5, Cade Casperson, coming from shortstop to pitch. And Ty Nickel Isaac will move over to shortstop. So what you would expect, state championship matchup coming down to the wire.
Ty Nickel Isaac finishes with 105 pitches.
So Nickel Isaac actually done at the 105 mark.
Now pitching for PWG, number 5, Cade Casperson.
Again, it will be Carter Noakes who's going to step in. It's back to the top of the DCB lineup. Carter Noakes batting .422 coming into the contest. And then Boston Casperson at .404. And Eli Wooden at .391.
And yes, there are Caspersons on both teams. They're actually cousins, so it's probably a little bit of a rivalry there, I'm sure.
So Cade Casperson pitching, Boston Casperson on deck. So he's got to get through Carter Noakes first with 2 outs.
Now batting, number 2, Carter Noakes.
1-1 score here, bottom of the 7th. Carter Noakes steps in, 2 outs. Tanner Simdorn, the runner at first base. Decent speed over there at first. Not sure if that was a curveball or a slow changeup taken for called strike 1.
I wondered if it was just a curve that didn't spin much, or it was a half of a knuckleball or something like that. It didn't have much spin on it.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit to first. Cargill with a nice play. And Carter Noakes is retired 3 unassisted for the 3rd out. So we go to extra innings here in the championship game. Still 1-1 as we head to the top of the 8th. It'll be Carson Reimers, the 9-hole hitter, and then back to the top for PWG, Ty Nickel Isaac and Jackson McIntyre.
DCB come up with no runs.
This actually looks like the
there was no error.
one of the first 2 games. We had 1-0, 1-0. First 2 games between PWG and DCB.
Top of the 8th for PWG
2 games in
will be
districts.
Reimers,
DCB won 12-4 and 18-6.
McIntyre.
And the one game on Sunday here at State, DCB won 9-4. So again, as you take a look at the bracket to get here, so Gary, as we get into these starters both going the distance here, extra innings in the next game possibly could come down to the pitching staff. I'm not sure what DCB has left, what Palmer Walbeck really has left.
I don't know that. I know that they had to pitch some of their best to get to this final, so PWG might be a little light on pitching if we have to play another one, but DCB,
Now
they've
batting,
got a couple
number
guys that
11.
can throw still, and
Grady Kelly.
yeah, that might come down to the pitching, because this has been a duel, that's for sure, and the next game you never know, but we'll see what happens here in the 8th inning.
We do have a pinch hitter for Palmer Walbeck Greeley, number 11, Gatelin Reimers.
I think it's actually Gatlin Reimers.
Or Gatlin Reimers hitting for Carson Reimers. So Gatlin Reimers hitting for Carson Reimers in the 9-hole to lead it off for Palmer Walbeck Greeley here in the top of the 8th against the starter, Carter Noakes. Curveball in the dirt. Carter comes into the inning at 90 pitches. So this will probably be his last inning if he can make it through. Reimers takes the called strike. Evens the count out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another left-handed hitter for Palmer Walbeck Greeley. Called strike 3 on a nice pitch by Noakes. So Reimers doesn't swing the bat down on strikes. That'll take us back to the top of the order. Left-handed hitting,
Now
Ty
batting,
Nikolajczyk.
number 4, Ty
Now
Nikolajczyk.
playing shortstop. Nice outing by Ty Nikolajczyk on the mound. 7 innings pitched. 1 run, but it was unearned.
Ball 1 upstairs.
Actually, his run was earned. Carter Noakes' run was unearned. 2-0 count. Curveball called for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. So the ability to throw the 2-0 curveball comes in handy for Carter there. Keeps Nikolajczyk off balance. Here's another curveball. Fouled off the front foot of Nikolajczyk. So 2-0 count now. Carter Noakes back at 2-2.
And that hurts. Take one off the top of the foot. He's going to walk it off. Looks like he's going to stay in there. Might have got him on the ankle. He's looks like he's favoring it pretty hard there. You see a lot of the guys in the major leagues wear the protectors on their shin or their top of their foot just for that purpose right there. He didn't even bother to dust himself off. He's going to get back in the box.
So walks it off a little bit. It'll be a 2-2 count coming from Carter Noakes to the leadoff batter, Ty Nikolajczyk. He's walked, reached on an error by the second baseman, and grounded out to second. So twice pulled it to the right side. Here's a pitch called, strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 strikeouts here for Carter Noakes here in the top of the 8th.
Noakes has got it dialed in here, it looks like. Let's hope he keeps
Now
up the
batting
effort.
number 7, Jackson McIntyre.
That fastball still coming in there like a BB when he rears back.
9 strikeouts now for Carter Noakes. Curveball up a little bit. The advantage in the championship game here on the coin flip, DCB, the home team. Home team advantage here could come into play, especially when you got to bat in extra innings. 1-1 count here to Jackson McIntyre, the 2-hole hitter playing second tonight. Count goes to 2-1. There's a curveball, down a little bit, 3-1. McIntyre, the batter. Trevor Cargill on deck. Pitch taken for a called strike. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 outs.
Good pitch right there at the knees. 2 down here.
Curveball on the corner, called strike 3.
Got him looking.
Nice pitch by Carter Noakes.
What's that old saying? He stood there like a house on the side of the road. That's a real old saying.
How about that? Carter Noakes at almost 100 pitches. Strikes out the side in the top of the 8th. For DCB in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Boston Casperson, Eli Wooden, and Elijah Borson. Exactly where you want. 2, 3, 4 hitters for DCB.
No runs on no hits.
If they can get 1 run in, they'll be the state champs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Bottom of the 8th for DCB will be Casperson, Wooden, and Borson.
I would guess that Carter Noakes might be done.
106 pitches. 106.
106. He could come back if they need to play one more frame here.
106 for Carter Noakes.
I think the what's the limit? 120? 125.
I coach high school ball, so I keep switching. I know high school ball is like 110, and then not sure about Legion again.
I think it might be 120.
I think I do have it.
Well, he's sure not going to worry about saving any arms.
120 is the senior limit, 105 is the junior limit. So 120, senior limit. And it will be the 2, 3, 4 hitters for DCB. Boston Casperson, Eli Wooden, and Elijah Borson.
Started him out with a curveball there, strike 1.
Slow curve. Boston Casperson comes into the contest hitting .404. He does have 3 home runs on the season.
One of those home runs was off of Cade Casperson, who's doing the pitching right now.
Another slow curve down and away. Count goes to 2-1. Good crowd on hand here at Palmer for the Class C State Senior Legion Championship.
Great crowd and great weather. There's great weather for playing ball. There's no wind, little cloud.
3-1 count to the 2-hole hitter, Boston Casperson, the 3rd baseman tonight. Pitch taken outside for a ball. Casperson walks to lead off the bottom of the 8th. And you'd probably expect Eli Wooden to drop down a bunt unless DCB wants to see if Boston can make it to second first.
Now batting number 22, Eli Wooden.
I would expect either a bunt or steal and then a bunt maybe. We'll see what DCB has in mind. Here's Eli Wooden. Squares to bunt, takes ball 1.
DCB fans and the Palmer fans are on their feet.
1-1 game here. We play the bottom of the 8th. It's the 3-hole hitter Eli Wooden up for DCB. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Walked in the first, popped up to the pitcher in the third, and struck out in the 5th to end the inning.
Pickoff attempt. Runners back safe.
One ball count to Eli Wooden. Pitch taken for a strike. So a bunt was taken off on that pitch. We'll see if Coach Noakes wants to put it back on here. Critical to get that guy to second base. Possible base hit could end the ball game. Third baseman, Morgan Bank. Third baseman, Morgan Bank. You can see he's on the left of your screen there, in a little bit. Playing the bunt. One count. After a couple throws to first. Here's another throw over to first by Cade Casperson. We'll see what DCB has playing here. If Wooden drops down the bunt, and he does square to bunt. Pitch taken, throw down to second, and a steal by Boston Casperson. That's probably that slow pitching comes in to help Boston steal second base.
I'd agree that throw was there, but it was just out of the catcher's hand a little late. Good throw down, just not in time.
So now we'll see if Eli Wooden drops down. Actually, it's now a 1-2 count, so probably going to let him try to swing to drive him in. Pitch is high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm not sure the kind of bunter that Wooden is, but if you can just get him over to third somehow. Ground ball to the right side. Runner at second, nobody out. That's Boston Casperson. Eli Wooden with a 2-2 count. Slow pitch, fouled, back to the screen. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Hanging curveball has stayed up, and it Wooden just got a piece of it.
So again, Wooden, the 3-hole hitter, playing second base tonight. Casperson at second. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from his cousin Cade Casperson, and now a check back to second base. Breaking ball foul down the left field line. Wooden got a pretty good piece of it, but foul ball.
All foul ball.
Yeah, he barreled that one up, but it was he got out a little ahead of that one. Pulled it foul.
We do have a pitcher for DCB warming up down the left field line, but I'm not quite sure who it is. Just in case we do go to the top of the 9th. Wooden with a 2-2 count. Pitch fouled back and out of play.
Wooden hanging in there, staying alive with the foul ball.
So again, PWG with 10 strikeouts in the contest, only 1 hit. DCB with 3 hits, make that 4 hits in the contest. Pitch inside, fouled off down the left field line, so nice job by Eli Wooden here. Putting the pressure on pitcher Cade Casperson. Casperson on in relief, got the 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. He pitches here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch is high. Full count to Eli Wooden, so probably the bat of the game right here.
We'll see what Eli can do here with full count.
Pitch high and a little outside, and Eli Wooden draws the walk with nobody out. So Casperson reached on a walk, stole second base, and now Eli Wooden walks. That'll set up Elijah Borson.
Now batting, number 25,
the shortstop.
Elijah Borson.
Elijah Borson will come into this at bat 0 for 3. Ground out to short, ground out to second, and a pop up to first. And Gunnar Reimer's going to go out and talk to Cade Casperson to see how they want to pitch him.
Yeah, it looks like Gunnar's going to buy a little time here. The PWG coaches are having a meeting over there trying to figure out what to do here with the 2 men on, nobody out, bottom of the 8th. And here comes Brad Reimers out of the PWG dugout.
So 2 walks to lead off the bottom of the 8th for DCB. And we'll see what Palmer Walbach really wants to do here.
Well, it looks like they're going to make a change.
We do have a pitcher, number 8, Boston Wood.
No, I think it's the other number 8. They've got 2 number 8s. I think that
Lincoln Nikolajczyk. We'll see for the public address announcer here.
well, I think this is Cohen Grossert, but he's not wearing his jersey. At least it looks like him. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Yep. It's Cohen Grossert wearing a different jersey tonight.
So Cohen Grossert will be the new pitcher for Palmer Walbach Greeley here. With nobody out, runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 8th.
Looks like Casperson's going to come off the hill and
Now
go to
pitching.
third base.
Number 8, Cohen Grossert.
So that means Morgan Bink went to the bench. Is that right? We'll get her straightened out here, folks.
That's what it looks like. Ty Nikolajczyk will be at short. So it will be Cohen Grossert coming into the 4-hole for Morgan Bink.
Cade Casperson finishes with 17 pitches.
So again, great outing by both starting pitchers. Ty Nikolajczyk goes 7 1/3. Or excuse me, 6 1/3.
Now batting number
Cade
23,
Casperson gets 2 outs.
Elijah
And it will
Borson.
be Cohen
No one out.
Grossert to pitch to the 4-hole hitter Elijah Borson here for DCB. First and second, nobody out. Pitch taken for a called strike. Again, I'm not sure of what Elijah Borson's bunting skills are, but we'll see if he drops one down here. First and second, nobody out. Swings away, pitch fouled out of play.
All foul balls are worth 50 cents. This foul ball is sponsored by Pinnacle Bank.
2 strikes. We'll see what 2 quick strikes here.
Swing and a miss by Elijah Borson for the first out of the inning. Trying to do a little too much there, it looked like. And with 1 out, that'll bring up
Now
the catcher,
batting
Bryce
number
Goretzky.
11,
Yeah,
Bryce
that pitch was
Goretzky.
above his hands. It's hard to catch up to that one.
Critical time for catcher Gunnar Reimers. Can't let those runners get to second and third. Bryce Goretzky comes in, 1 for 3. batting .349 on the season. Grounded out to short in the second, doubled to left center in the fourth.
Big gap out here, and down the right field, they're holding runner at second base, and so the second baseman's out of position, so if he could dribble one out there on the right side.
Assistant coach Travis Casperson comes out this time to talk. To see how PWG wants to play this defensively with one out here in the bottom of the eighth. So Bryce Goretzky again, 1 for 3, ground out to short, double to left center, and a ground out to short. Colby Goretzky on deck, Justice Peterson in the hole.
Bryce Goretzky didn't show bunt that first pitch, but you never know here.
Cohen Grossard on the mound. He's got the first out here in the eighth. Pitch fouled back to the screen. Runner at second is Boston Casperson. Runner at first, Eli Wooden. Good speed at second for a base hit. Base hit to left field. It's going to drop in there. Boston Casperson's going to try to come home. Base hit wins it for DCB.
A walk-off base hit.
Bryce Goretzky gets the base hit to left.
And the dog pile down the first baseline as they go to meet Goretzky.
Coach Joe Noakes sending Boston Casperson all the way. And in the bottom of the eighth inning, DCB wins it 2-1 on an RBI single by Bryce Goretzky.
Well, that's a heck of a game. State championship going to extra innings. Both teams did a heck of a job.
Carter Noakes goes the distance. 8 complete innings, strikes out 9. Actually strikes out 11. Forgot about those last 2. Carter Noakes gets the win, strikes out 11 in the contest, 8 complete innings.
Final score, DCB 2.
And your final score, DCB 2, Palmer Walbach Greeley 1. On an RBI single by Bryce Goretzky here in the bottom of the eighth to score Boston Casperson in a game that was very tight throughout.
Heck of a defensive battle there.
Palmer Walbach Greeley got on the board first with had a Carson Mings walk to lead off the third. He advanced the third on the air from Ty Nikolajczyk when he batted and hit it to second. And then a base hit by Trevor Cargill got Palmer Walbach Greeley on the board to lead 1-0. DCB countered in the, looks like the bottom of the fourth inning. Bryce Goretzky with a double to left center, and he would score on a Justice Peterson base hit to center field. And that tied it up at 1 until that last hit right there here in the bottom of the eighth. Colby Goretzky, Bryce Goretzky with the game winner. Line drive base hit to left. And Boston Casperson able to score. So stick around, we'll have the trophy presentation here for the championship and runners-up. So DCB does the unthinkable, finishes the season at 31-0. Not too many times you see that during the high school Legion or the Legion season.
Now they were state champs 2 years ago, right? There was no tournament this last.
State champs 2 years ago at Syracuse. So basically back-to-back state champions for the Class C seniors division.
But to be undefeated and go all the way, that's something you don't see often at this level.
Did have a couple close games along the way. And how about this matchup between DCB and Palmer Walbach Greeley? 2 games went down 1-0. This one final in 8 innings, 2-1. Dennebrog Carol Bolus comes out victorious. So again, player of the game's got to be Carter Noakes. 8 innings, 11 strikeouts, and only gave up 1 hit. So 1 hit.
I think I'd give him the MVP.
1 hit given up by Carter Noakes.
That's a heck of an outing.
Congratulations to a fine ball club. Runner-up in the state, number 2, PWG. Coach Reimer.
Coach Brad Reimer is out at the plate with Kristen Reimers, the tournament director.
Number 2, Kyle Nikolajczyk.
We'll go through that lineup. Number 2, Kyle Nikolajczyk.
Number 25, Ty Beatty.
Number 25, Tyler Beatty.
Number 15, Riley Shattuck.
Number 15, Riley Shattuck.
Number 11, Grady Kelly.
Number 11, Grady Kelly.
Number 14, Dirks Nikolajczyk.
Number 14, Dirks Nikolajczyk.
Number 13, Boston Wood.
Number 13 out there, Boston Wood.
Number 8, Cohen Grossert.
Number 8, Cohen Grossert.
Number 1, Gatlin Reimers.
Number 1, Gatlin Reimers.
Number 4, Ty Nikolajczyk.
Number 4 is Ty Nikolajczyk.
Number 7, Jackson McIntyre.
Number 7, Jackson McIntyre.
Number 22, Trevor Cargill.
Number 22, Trevor Cargill.
Number 6, Morgan Bank.
Number 6, Morgan Bank.
Number 5, Cade Casperson.
Number 5, Cade Casperson.
Number 3, Ruger Reimers.
Number 3, Ruger Reimers.
Number 17, Gunnar Reimers.
Number 17, Gunnar Reimers.
Number 9, Carson Mings.
Number 9, Carson Mings.
And number 10, Carson Reimers.
And number 10, Carson Reimers.
Congratulations,
to round out
PWG, on a great
your
year.
runner-up, Palmer Walbach Greeley, here in the 2021 State Legion Class C state tournament for the seniors. So a great season by Palmer Walbach Greeley. They finished 28-9 on the season.
Number 12, Kyle Oakley.
And we do have number 12, Kyle Oakley, they just announced. Palmer Walbach Greeley finishes 28-9, with 6 of those losses coming to your champions from Dennebrog, Carol Bullis. And we'll go through the DCB lineup as they present the medals to the champions here. Again, just a great night for baseball here at Palmer.
I'm not sure who the head coach is over there, but whoever it is, would they please meet Tournament Director Kristen Reimers at home plate.
Joe Noakes will go to home plate, hand out the medals to his state championship team.
A lot of hard work put in by the DCB team. How about
And here is
two
the
total
state
losses on the season,
championship
or 3
trophy
between the juniors and seniors
for
combined?
the undefeated DCB ball club.
DCB finishes a perfect 31-0. So Joe Noakes,
Coach, would you please give
the head
ribbons
coach,
to your
Justin
ball players as they
Casperson,
call their names?
Scott Freeze,
Number 1, Caden Rule.
Austin Casperson and
Doug Meyer.
Doug Meyer and
Number 4, Jacob Rule.
Joe Noakes' son.
Number 12, Theo Bowling. Number 13, Barrett Freeze.
As they're going through the
Number
DCB
16,
lineup here.
Jeremiah Arndt. Number 24, Jason Banta. Number 25, Nolan Hurt.
Looks like they're going through all the non-starters first.
Number 2, Carter Noakes.
And now your starters, number 2, Carter Noakes.
Number
5, Boston Casperson.
Number 22, Eli Wooten.
Number 22, Eli Wooden.
Number 23, Elijah Borson.
Number 23, Elijah Borson.
Number 11, Bryce Goretzky.
Number 11, Bryce Goretzky.
Number 8, Colby Goretzky.
Number 8, Colby Goretzky with the game-winning hit.
Number
That was
9,
Bryce.
Tanner Simdorn.
Bryce with the game-winning hit. Justice
Number
Peterson.
14, Kellen Freeze. And
Tanner
number 3,
Simdorn had a hit earlier in the
Justice
game.
Peterson.
So they skipped Justice Peterson. They
Ladies
went
and
Tanner
gentlemen,
Simdorn,
the
Kellen
undefeated
Freeze, and now
Class C
Justice
senior
Peterson to round it
state
out.
champions.
Also, we had Caden Rule, Jacob Rule, Theo Bowling, Barrett Freeze, Jeremiah Arndt, Jason Fana, and Nolan Hurt also on the bench for DCB.
And once again, the head coach, Joe Noakes. Assistant
All
coaches,
right,
Justin
teams, we would like a
Casperson,
picture of
Austin
both teams
Casperson,
together,
Doug Meyer,
please.
Scott Freese, and Jack Noakes. Heck of a season.
Heck of a season by both teams, because without DCB, Palmer-Walbach Greeley would be like 28-3.
Yeah.
So 6 losses coming to DCB,
That's
and it's hard to beat a team 6 times,
yeah, that's crazy.
especially when both teams are the caliber of these two programs. So this is pretty cool. We're going to get a combined photo here, it looks like.
Well, these guys,
They know each other. They played enough.
yep, they know each other well, and I think they get along off the field. And you can see when they're on the field what kind of baseball games you get. It's a down to the wire and back and forth battle.
So again, DCB with 4 hits in the contest. Boston Casperson with a single. Carter Nooks with a single. Justice Peterson with a single. Actually 6 hits, because Bryce Goretzky had 2 hits, and Tanner Simdorn with a single through the right side. But the MVP of the game, Carter Noakes, 8 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, only gave up 1 hit. He did struggle a little bit there, walked. I think he walked a couple. Looks like 2 walks and 1 hit, 3 walks and 1 hit batter. So 4 free passes to go along with the 1 hit.
Yeah, that one walk did cost him a run too. So that always can hurt you when you walk somebody. But DCB battled around that.
Thank you to the Palmer-Walbach Greeley program for allowing us to strive this. Didn't quite come through live, but we hope to replay it for your viewing pleasure later. So thank you to Kristen Reimers for allowing us to stream it here in Palmer, the 2021 Class C Senior State Tournament. So a combined photo, and probably get both teams will each take a photo here. Probably at least 500 people on hand here tonight for this championship game.
I would say there's at least that many, yeah. Well, thanks for letting me sit in with you. Hope I didn't mess you up too much. I
just wish the computer would have worked a little better. We'll have to piece all the footage together for one final segment.
I was having a little bit of trouble figuring out this computer and doing the balls and strikes, but
you think maybe we can get one of the coaches on the mic here? Possibly.
I'll see if.
But Gary Kaiser, thank you for joining us on the Strive Sports broadcast of the Class C State Legion Tournament.
I think those guys are going to be busy taking pictures.
They'll
here
take
for
it.
a
We'll
little
stick
bit.
around here for just a little bit, but
yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. We the DCB program, we've had some fortunate times. I know when I was playing midgets, we went to state. We were undefeated till the championship. Some district runner-ups. There's been some other district and state runner-ups along the way, and And it's great to see that these guys can basically win back-to-back championships at the senior division.
And if you look at the programs between DCB and Palmer-Wahlbeck-Greeley, it's kind of in the past they've always been in the same district, so usually the one that goes to state will end up winning either the juniors or the seniors, so kind of lucky this year with Palmer getting to host. Without Palmer hosting, Palmer-Wahlbeck-Greeley would have been out in that district over at Ravenna. So by hosting their automatic bid in the state and make it here to the final. But always a great competition between Palmer-Wahlbeck-Greeley and Dennebrog-Carol-Bolus. Two fantastic programs that continue to do well. Somebody asked me about being a DCB former player. I think it's that you play T-ball Little League in the towns and then you finally come together, and that's where, you know, you bring all the talent together finally at the end.
I think there's something in the water over there too. What do you think?
Very rich baseball blood in all 6 communities, actually.
Yeah. Oh, there comes the.
There's the ice bath
Ice
for
bath.
Coach Joe Noakes. And they also get one for Doug Meyer. So DCB finishes off the championship run 31-0 as we take a quick look at the bracket here. So DCB with 5 straight victories Saturday through Wednesday to claim the final. 2-1 in 8 innings.
Let's see if we can get one of the coaches to come over.
Maybe we can get Carter Noakes and Joe Noakes. They're probably going to take some individual pictures with their parents first, so we'll just hang out for a little bit. Looks like a coach's picture. We got 6 coaches there for DCB. Coach's picture first, and then it'll be probably family pictures. So again, thank you to our host, Palmer, for hosting the state tournament. It's been a great time coming out to check out all these games.
All right, we're going to get Coach Noakes over here, head coach at DCB. He's shaking some hands on the way over. Thanks again, Jeremy.
Thank you to Gary Kaiser for joining us here on the broadcast. We had some Wi-Fi issues, but we got it recorded, so we'll post it later. But Coach Joe Noakes now on the mic. Coach, congratulations on the 31-0 season and the state championship.
Wow, what a season. Unbelievable. I mean, what it would have been nicer, too, is if the juniors went undefeated and played a little bit better state, but we'll move on from that. And we got a Lod kid coming back. Going to miss 2.5. I don't know what the marathon runner's going to do. Jeremiah Arndt, but we lose Eli Wooden and Elijah Borson, 2 rock-solid seniors. Wow, what a way to go out for them 2 guys, or 3 guys. Yeah, unbelievable.
A lot of close games with Palmer-Wahlbeck-Greeley. 1-0 early on in the year, and then this one 2-1 in 8 innings. Yeah. Tell us about your son, Carter Noakes. 8 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts.
Yeah,
what a performance.
What a gutsy effort. Unfortunately, yesterday he had a bulging disc in his back. Made him play. Got him to the doctor this morning, and when I talked to him about noon, he says, I'm playing no matter what, but my pain level is about a 9 right now. So he worked through it. A lot of help from assistant coach's fiance, Marissa Casperson. She worked him over all morning and did the best she could, she said, did a lot of things to him, and we were not going to pitch him. And when he started playing catch and warming up, he says, I'm pitching, Dad. That's it, I'm throwing. So that was a decision made by all 6 of us. He's ready to go, he's going to pitch.
threw really well. Only 3 walks to go with 11 strikeouts and a 1-hit batter, and he did give up the 1 single to Trevor Cargill in that 3rd inning. But got down early, 1-0, fought back with a run there in the 4th inning on a double by Bryce Goretzky and then a single by Justice Peterson to score him. And then it's got to be nice being the home team in an extra inning ball game.
Well, we've been 0-for on the year, and we turned it over to assistant coach Jack Noakes on the coin flip, and he went 3-0 the last 3 games. So kudos to him. But yeah, no, all the kids. No, it's just not my kid pitching, but what a gutsy performance by everybody. I mean, clutch hits last night too. You know, we're down in the dumps a little bit. We had a little turmoil in the team, got them settled down and say enough of this stuff. And the very next inning,
nice game by Bryce Goretzky as well. He had that doubled and scored on that Peterson base hit, and then the base winner. And you were sending him no matter what. Casperson has some speed at second base. And
And he was a little hesitant coming to me. He said he wasn't for sure he was going to come, and he seen it drop, and he turns it on with his 4.0 speed.
And the throw was a little wild at the plate for the championship.
All these guys, I mean, even the kids that don't play all the time, what great teammates. I mean, these guys are a tight-knit group. I mean, every day at practice, they want to practice all the time. They're together. I mean, my hands are sore from so many fist pumps in one season. I mean, that's how it is. All 16 of them.
We were talking about earlier, the juniors had a nice run. Didn't quite make it to the finals, but had a nice run in the junior state tournament up in Pender.
Yeah, that was coaching decisions there. I mean, you know, with the pitch count and everything, we were completely in control of UTAN game. 1 hit through 5 innings with the 5-0 lead, and the other team's down in the dumps. We make a couple changes, you know, like you know, Jeremy, about the pitch count. It's tough, but that made us look like fools. I mean, all the best coaches in the stands were telling us, man, that's the dumbest move you ever made. But we got to keep him if we're going to try to win the junior state tournament, and decisions had to be made, and it didn't work out. So, but I want to go back, give PWG credit. I mean, we battle every year, and in this year we played 6 times, which never happens, you know.
Yeah, we talked about that a little earlier with all the
holy cow
the rivalry between the two. With luckily that Palmer Wallback Greeley was able to host, you know, because usually in the same district, the winner of that district usually goes on and does well at the state tournament. So luckily that Palmer was able to host, and just talk a little bit about some of the tough battles you had with him this year.
Oh yeah, Carson Reimers, he's a stud. They throw him against us all the time. They throw him all the time against us, and we throw Borson a lot too against them. You know, it's been like a head-to-head matchup for quite a few years, and they're 2 studs. I mean, they're both going to be missed in this area.
Two great programs going at it here in the state tournament.
Yeah.
But just a congrats to both the juniors and seniors from DCB as well on a combined two losses.
Yeah, I think the juniors ended up 24-2. And this team 31-0, which, you know, you guys know, you've been around baseball, to beat a great team like that 6 times in a season. And at SOS, I mean, we caught them yesterday coming out of the losers bracket. We played, that's our 3rd time against them. So you always think, you know, 1's tough, you know, 2's tougher.
And just how hard it is to go unbeaten throughout the Legion season.
That's unbelievable.
Yes.
I mean, to show up every day and know you're going to get it done. And if you're down, I mean, we've been down this year, battle back and win, but can't say enough about the boys. It's, you know, unbelievable. And I guarantee you, being back-to-back with the COVID year state champs, that's unbelievable. And I'll tell you what, the group coming back next year is going to be hungry too. I mean, these guys like winning.
Well, once again, Joe Noakes, head coach from DCB, joining us here on the Strive Sports broadcast. So congrats once again on a great season. DCB, your champion here in Class C.
Thanks for doing this, Jeremy. Greatly appreciate it. I wish we could have done it. You had it set up for juniors, and we messed that up for you, but turned out today.
Well, I'm happy to do it, and what a great seat here in the front row, and being able to do this. I think we had some Wi-Fi issues, so we'll get this recorded and put up for people to watch. And
great.
And once again, congrats on a great season.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
That was awesome.
Great game.
Oh, that was a good game.
So once again, your final score, DCB 2, Palmer Wallback Greeley 1 in 8 innings, and it was Bryce Goretzky with the base hit to win it. Your MVP, Carter Noakes, 8 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, gives up the 1 hit. But just a great battle between Palmer Wallback Greeley and DCB. That'll be it for myself here, Jeremy Freese, joining you on Strive Sports. able to stream this Class C state championship final. DCB gets it done in the first game here, as we could have possibly went to 2, but DCB able to score here in the 8th inning to finish it off. Sorry about all the Wi-Fi issues we had. Unable to get some streaming for live action, but we do have it recorded, so hopefully people are able to go back and watch the end of this one. And again, it's a nice run by DCB. Finishes 31-0. Palmer Walleye Greeley finishes 28-9. And we want to say thank you for tuning in to Strive Sports for this edition of the Class C State American Legion Baseball Tournament.